Night settles over the Dnipropetrovsk region, quiet yet heavy, the kind of silence that only war can create. In a concealed firing area, a HIMARS launcher and a Neptune cruise missile battery rest after launching yet another strike toward Russian positions. Their crews believe the mission is complete, that darkness and distance will shield them. But high above, a Russian reconnaissance drone hovers, its lens capturing every movement, while satellites trace the heat signatures blooming across the ground. In a distant position, an Iskander-M system receives the coordinates, and seconds later, a missile pierces the night sky. What follows is a fireball so violent it engulfs both systems instantly, erasing them from the battlefield. And this is only the beginning of a deadly chain of events that unfolded within 48 hours across the front. On November 15th, Russian forces executed one of their most precise strikes of the month, targeting a HIMARS launcher and a Neptune MD cruise missile system positioned side by side in the Dnipropetrovsk region. Ukrainian crews had recently completed a coordinated launch against Russian positions and were either preparing to relocate or continuing post-launch procedures. During this window of vulnerability, Russian reconnaissance platforms had already fixed their locations. A satellite sweep detected the thermal buildup unique to pre-launch HIMARS operations. A drone operating far above frontline air defense envelopes confirmed silhouettes, movement patterns, and the positioning of support vehicles. Meanwhile, Russian electronic intelligence registered emissions from both systems, fire control links, data communication patterns, and the residual radar signatures associated with Neptune's targeting processes. With confirmation from multiple sensors, the coordinates were relayed to an Iskander-M tactical missile unit. The missile launched with a roaring column of flame, ascended into the upper atmosphere, then plunged vertically at hypersonic velocity. Drone footage reveals the missile hitting directly between the two Ukrainian systems. The explosion ignites stored rockets and cruise missile fuel, producing a massive secondary detonation visible for kilometers. In one strike, both systems, key long-range assets for Ukraine, were annihilated. This is not an isolated success for Russia. Within just 41 days, Russian forces claimed the destruction of 4 HIMARS systems. On October 5th, near Sredny Burluk in the Kharkiv region, an Iskander-M eliminated a HIMARS launcher and 15 Ukrainian personnel. On October 13th, another HIMARS was struck while returning from a nighttime firing mission. On October 19th, near Kuzminskoye in the Chernigov region, 1 HIMARS, 2 support vehicles, and 15 soldiers were killed in another Iskander strike. The November 15th strike, however, stands out as the most strategically impactful due to the destruction of a limited Ukrainian Neptune launcher alongside the American system. The HIMARS system, developed by the United States, is a fast, mobile precision rocket launcher built for rapid strikes and rapid escape. It fires GPS-guided rockets with ranges up to 85 kilometers, and with ATACMS, can hit targets nearly 300 kilometers away. Its key strength is mobility. Its key vulnerability is exposure during setup, firing, and reload. Once its thermal signature appears on satellite scans or drone sensors, it becomes a high-value target with limited defense. Ukraine's Neptune MD cruise missile system is a modified land attack evolution of the missile that famously sank Russia's flagship Moskva. It has a reach of about 300 kilometers and uses a combined inertial and active radar guidance package, but Ukraine has only a handful of functional launchers left. Losing even one severely limits its ability to strike deep into Russian territory or high-value military infrastructure. Russia's reconnaissance for this strike demonstrated a multi-layered intelligence structure. Satellites captured thermal spikes created by operational HIMARS and Neptune systems, identifying them even under camouflage. Drones provided continuous surveillance, verifying movements and ensuring that targets remained stationary. Electronic intelligence units intercepted fire control channels, communications patterns, and radar emissions, building a layered picture of Ukrainian operations. All of these inputs fed into an integrated command system that minimizes the time from detection to engagement. Russia's kill chain efficiency, the speed between identifying a target and destroying it, has visibly improved. In this case, Ukrainian systems that once relied on speed and stealth were found, fixed, and struck before they could relocate. A day earlier, on November 14th, another dramatic strike occurred northeast of Kostiantynivka in the Donetsk region. Ukrainian infantry operating a Yugoslav-made M-80A infantry fighting vehicle was in a contested territory when a Russian FPV drone homed in on it. The drone smashed into the vehicle, damaging vital components and leaving it immobilized. At that moment, the crew faced a disastrous situation. With the vehicle disabled, they were fully exposed to the next layer of Russian firepower. A laser designation was established, either by another drone or a forward observer, marking the damaged M-80A for a precision artillery strike. In the distance, a 2S-19 Msta-S self-propelled howitzer fired a 155mm Krasnopol M2 laser-guided projectile. The shell, designed for pinpoint accuracy, homed in on the illuminated target. Moments later, it struck the vehicle with extraordinary force, causing a massive explosion that ripped the M-80A apart. Drone footage captured the remains: twisted metal, debris scattered across the earth, and the final, grim evidence of how modern guided artillery leaves almost no chance for survival once a target is marked. The Krasnopol M2 is a modern laser-guided artillery shell built for precision kills. With a range of roughly 26 kilometers and accuracy within a couple of meters, it turns artillery into a sniper's weapon. Once a drone or forward observer marks the target with a laser, the shell adjusts mid-flight and strikes exactly where it's aimed, making it deadly against vehicles like the M-80A that are immobilized or exposed. The 2S-19 Msta-S howitzer, in service since the late Soviet era and constantly upgraded, is the platform that delivers it. Fast, armored, and digitally integrated, the Msta-S can fire multiple rounds, relocate quickly, and coordinate with drones in real time. When paired with Krasnopol ammunition, it shifts from traditional barrage artillery to a precision strike system capable of destroying armored vehicles with a single hit. For NATO, these events raise uncomfortable strategic questions. The destruction of HIMARS by Russian reconnaissance-driven ballistic missiles suggests that even advanced Western systems are vulnerable in a high-intensity peer conflict. NATO must reevaluate its assumptions around survivability, mobility, and deployment strategies of precision rocket artillery. The incidents also highlight the need for better electronic warfare defenses, stealthier launch procedures, and reduced emission signatures. Until now, that's all for today, and thanks for watching.